Hello everyone, this is Hoda Ganji. In this video, we're going to continue with our lodge model. We're going to create the roofs to get close to this design. Before we continue, I'm going to consider some overhangs on all the sides of the building, as you see here. So I'm going to use some reference planes. So I'm going to go to level 1 and I'm going to go with RP, reference plane, and pick the lines. I'm gonna offset by, let's say, 0.5 meter. Maybe I can pick this line. I can pick this edge. I can pick this edge, this one over there. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the section before we go on. So the roof is gonna be on the roof plane around here, so it should be good. Back to level 1, or maybe it's better to go to the roof plate. I'll go to the roof plate, and here I'm gonna create the roofs. It's not a bad idea to extend your reference planes a little bit so you can also see them later. If you see your topography like this, remember that that's a graded region, and if we change this to show complete, then it's gonna look all okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with a roof, and I might change it to a different roof. I'm gonna draw a rectangle from this intersection of the two reference planes all the way to that one. In order to have a roof like this, on this edge we don't have a slope, and on this edge we don't have a slope. Okay, let's click on this one and let's see. That's good. If you think it's too sloped, we can go back and change it. Feel free to put your two views side by side using WT. I can select the roof, go with edit footprint, and I'm gonna select both lines using control, and for the slope I can assign a different value. Maybe I'll go with 25 for instance instead of 30. Okay, for the other end I'm gonna do the same thing. So let's extend the end of the reference planes a little bit further. Okay, and I want to go with roof, another one here. I need to go from this part all the way to there. So we're gonna get close to this. That means on this end and on this end we have no slope. On the two other ends I'm gonna keep the slope, check the box, and now it's starting to get better. I'm gonna go with TW, and I might put this on a hidden line for now, and I want to click on this roof, join on join roof, this edge, and it's gonna be connected to this end. It says part of the roof to be joined misses the target face. So let's see. Oh, that's because I had changed the slope of this one but not that one. So I'm gonna go with edit footprint, get these two and change that to 25 as well. Apply. Okay. Right now it seems that visually they're gonna connect. So I'm gonna go with join on join, join here to this part. It still is missing the target, so I'm gonna go back here, edit footprint, change the slopes back to 30 here, and then I want to click on this, join from here to there. One thing I can do to help this is that I can go to my section 1. Okay, I want to change the footprint here a little bit, so I'm gonna go with edit footprint on the roof plate, and on this end I want to move this one around here. I'll go back to the section. I'm gonna try to connect this one again. Now it connects. So the reason it didn't connect before is it was a weird intersection over here. Okay, and then you can select the wall. I can right click, go with select all instances visible in view, and I want to say attach them to this roof. Some of them miss the target, which is those ones over there. It's okay. I'm gonna say okay. So this side is good. We can also continue the whole curtain system all the way to the roof. We can join that one. So whichever you think is more practical, you can go with it. Also on this end, I want to select this wall, right click, select all instances in entire project, attach it to the roof. And again, this one, it says some of them would not attach to this roof. That's okay. Hit okay. If I change this back to shaded, for this other side, I want to go with a roof by extrusion. How about I go with my section 1. Let's take a look here. This one is the mass. I can right click, select all instances, entire project. We don't need to see the mass anymore. Right click, hide in view, category. Okay, so let's say comparing to this one, maybe somewhere around the roof plate here, we want to have that roof. Okay, so if I put this to shaded, you can see better. Here we have the floor. So how about I also consider a little bit of overhang here. I can erase the other reference planes that I had before if you think there are too many reference planes. And here is the floor that we have. I'm gonna go with RP again, and I want to offset this side. I'm gonna draw a line 1/2 meter away like this, and also the other side of the floor, it actually ends here. The rest of it is the stairs, but I can go till here, so it's gonna cover that part as well. Hit a space so it's on the right location. So my roof is gonna be around here. Let's say maybe one side of it is gonna be about 1 meter higher than the other side. I want to start one side of it on the intersection of roof plate and the reference plane that I just draw. On the other end, I want to go with another RP. Maybe I want to draw a small reference plane 1 meter above roof plane. So if it goes from here to here, it's not much sloped. I'll go maybe with 2 meters. This should be good. So I'm gonna go with architecture, roof by extrusion. So again, it's under a roof menu by extrusion. Where it asks for a work plane, I want to assign one of our vertical grids, maybe grid 9. Okay. Roof plate, that's good. And I want to draw one arc here from this intersection over there. That should be good. Let's change it to 125. That's good. And finish the edit mode. Okay. If you want, we can also change rafter cut plumb cut. I can change it to 2 cut square, and it's gonna cut that part like this. Okay. We can also assign a fascia depth, for instance, of 0.2. And it's gonna consider the depths, but I think with 0 and a 2 cut square it was better. Let's take a look at it in the roof plate, and that's how it draw it. It draw it from grid 9. Apparently it ends here. I can drag it and move it all the way till the overhang on the other end. Let's look at it in 3D. So that's what we have over there. Last thing I want to talk about in this video is those Y-shaped columns, and they're also basically component model in place element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So every other grid we can create them. Let's take a look at level 1, and we have grid 1 to 9. How about I create it on grid 5 and 6 and 8 and 3 and maybe grid 1. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're gonna be away every 10 meters. So I'll go back to my maybe the section view, and I'm gonna change this to hidden line. Feel free to get rid of the reference planes if you don't need them anymore. This is how it's gonna work. So it's a Y-shaped column. Going back here, I want to go with architecture component model in place. It's basically a very big column, so I'm gonna put it under columns. Okay, I want to say columns for the deck. Okay, it's gonna be an extrusion. Again, it's gonna ask for work plane. I'm gonna assign grid 1 to the work plane, and we can start drawing. So maybe from the center here, and we're gonna go over there, and I'm gonna draw another line from here over there. I also need to offset these lines, let's say by 0.4 and 0.4. How about I pick this part of the curve, and I want to trim this part, this edge and this edge. On join element, that's fine. I also want to pick it again. That's okay. It says that you have overlapping lines. As soon as I trim, the issue goes away. So this is going to be the top part. Now for the other side of it, it needs to go into the ground basically. So I want to go with one line from here. Let's say I'm going to move it 4 meters, and then I'm going to offset this, or maybe I can just draw another line from this intersection down and from this intersection down, so it's gonna be a little bit more than 2 feet, and I can draw this line here, and now I can erase this one, and we can trim here and here. So this is gonna be our Y-shaped columns. How much? Let's say it's gonna be 0.4. Apply, we can take a look at it. Okay, that's good. If you want to assign material, you need to go back to edit in place, select it. In the material, we're gonna go with some concrete. So I'm gonna see what kind of concrete we have. I'll go with this one. I wanna see it's gonna, in appearance, it's gonna look like whatever it shows here in graphics. So you want to check the box, so it's going to use render appearance. Okay, and finish the model. So I want the same column. Maybe if I just go with wireframe here, this column, by the way, I can, if you want it to be exactly on the grid, you can go with edit in place, select it. You can say for the extrusion start, go with here negative 0.2. For the other end, go with 0.2. That's good. Finish the model. Let me see if it allows me to copy it. Multiple. I'm gonna go from here. I'm gonna remove, when you want to go with copy, remove constraint. Then I'm gonna go from here 10 meters away, another one which is 9.5 meters away, next one is 10 meters away, and the last one is 9.5 meters away. Feel free to add more details. For instance, if I go to my deck level and I can go with close inactive views, in my deck level I can go with some railing system. So I'm gonna go with railing. and I can pick these lines and over there, and also on this flat part here, and I can create some railing. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look in 3D. That's our railing. I can try other ones, for instance glass panel bottom fill. This is nicer, and if you want you can go with edit type. The height is 0.9. For safety, 0.9 is not going to be enough here. I want to go with 1.5 here at least, and OK, apply. If you're wondering how I had changed this grass color, I want to select the topo surface, edit surface, and the material is here. I can go here, change the material. I want to go with create new material, rename it as grass. Then I would like to go with the asset browser, and I'm gonna look for some grass. Maybe this dark one is good. Double click on it. In graphics, so I want to check the box for use render appearance. That's good. Or actually this is too dark here. I'm gonna remove it and say for the color use this in the hidden or actually shaded mode so I can see better. OK, and finish it. Let's take a look in section 1. Now you see the material here is still soil, which should be, right? The material here comes from massing and site. From site settings, it's reading the material from here, the earth material. So that's what we need to see on this section. However, on top of it, we need to see grass. And if I now change this to realistic, you're gonna see that it's now actually a type of a grass. If you want to work on it further, feel free to add some site elements, just so I just want to make sure that you know how to add some trees and so on. If you go with architecture and if we bring some component, we have trees here, but if you are not sure where the trees come from, you can go with load family. They're basically under I want to go to the entourage folder. I'll add the trees in a little bit. Just wanted to show you that if you want to add some human figure, it's going to be here. I'm going to go to my deck level. Now I want to bring that human figure and put it here. Let's take a look. Now it's in the right place. And if you want, you can add more human beings, and there are a few of them here. Now going back to the plants, I'll go back to component, load family. I think there is another whole folder for planting. You have different shrubs and trees here. How about I put some of these shrubs in my site view? I'm gonna arrange them next to where we had maybe the parking. I think we draw the parking over there, so I'm gonna put a few of them around here, and the parking goes till there. I want to put a few over here so we have some landscaping elements. Right now you just see them as RCP models. If I change this to realistic, it's gonna actually render them as shrubs and trees, and it's gonna render that human figure like that. Feel free to add some trees and so on. For your information, if you want to work further on the site, I want to show you something about massing and site, which is a split surface. If I go with split surface, select the topo surface, and let's say we have some other landscaping elements here. Let's say we have a little bit of a let's say we have a circular garden here with a radius of 3. I want to check this, go here, and then it's going to split that out of the surface. You can assign a different material. I can assign the same earth material that we had before, and maybe in that area we're going to have some trees, so I'm going to go with side component, and I'm going to add some tree here. For instance, if I put it in the side view, I'm gonna look if we have a larger tree. Maybe we have some tree over there, right? Feel free to add more elements. For instance, I might have a few shrubs again, like this, maybe around here as well. Okay, so feel free to work with your site elements. If you add more human beings, just we can change the second one to a different person, so it's not the same. Now it's better. So I'm gonna stop here. Feel free to keep working on your design, and you need to add the sheets and everything. So at least we're gonna need these views. We're gonna need a site plan, floor plan, roof plan, 4 elevations, some callouts and some details and rendering, and make sure to also create your perspective views for the cameras. Generate room schedule, so you need to tag the areas, put them in 2 sheets, and present your design as well as you can. Just to wrap up this video, maybe I'll set 1 camera so you see how cameras work. For instance, some camera like this view, it should be good. This render is in Twinmotion. I have talked about Twinmotion in a different playlist. So let's say if I need a camera like this, I would go with my maybe site plan should be good, and I wanna draw a camera from this corner looking at the building. I'm gonna go with view, 3D view, camera view, looking like this, right? And how about I put this on fine level of detail, realistic. Remember that we need to change our face filter to show complete to get rid of that graded region. So this is basically how you see this design. That's not a bad camera. Over there is the DWG file. Right click, hide in view element. Okay, just for your information, if you want to adjust the target of the camera, I want to go with WT, so the side and the camera are side by side. I can select the edges here, and let's say maybe the camera, I want to move it a little bit, and I want to move the target a little bit like this, and maybe I can also move this a little bit further. So this would be probably not a bad view. I want to go with TW. You can render it. You can render it in Revit or anywhere else. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe for more videos.